Hello again. I was lucky enough to join Bangor's Tree and Woodland officer Dylan Freeburn recently in a walk through Castle Park. The full episode is coming soon, but here's a snippet where we talk about plans for the area, how volunteers could help, and the monoliths dotted around this glorious green space. So you mentioned earlier on that you're going to kind of bring the trail paths through Castle Park right bang into the 21st century.
Yeah.
How many trails are you planning to have, and are they just on length or are they on interest, or what? Tell me a wee bit more about them.
So as a council and as the Parks Department, we're really trying to bring our parks up to a bit of a new lease of life into the parks. We've started with Ward Park, where we've introduced a few things with new garden down there.
The sensory garden.
Sensory garden, that's the term. And there's going to be the Ward Park redevelopment happening pretty soon too. And then with Castle Park, we're going to be redoing the path network, the existing path network, just upgrading it. And then I'll be then putting in the new tree trail. So with the tree trail, the different, there's different things, different ways I could have took it. I could have took it that this trail is the autumn trail and this trail is the winter trail. Didn't quite work out that way for Castle Park because there's no way we could really squeeze that in. So what I've done instead is we've created a short trail, a medium trail and long trail. So top of my head, I can't quite remember, but the short trail would be a 30-minute walk, medium would be a 45, and then an hour and a half for the long trail. And it'd be all colour coordinated to whatever trail, and then there'd be signs at either side of Castle Park to tell you what it is, and it'd be interactive with QR code, but also not everyone can have QR codes, so there will be booklets and stuff like that. So
and you're improving the path surfaces as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, for example, people who use wheelchairs or whatever.
It's all about accessibility. Definitely over the past few years, there's been, with me being in the parks for so long, there's been a definite switch where there's a lot more development and engagement and public engagement and trying to get people into our parks to enjoy them more. Yeah.
And to find out more about them, I suppose, because once they realise how important the trees are, how long they've been around, well, they can't but help but be proud of them and want everybody to respect them and look after them.
Exactly, and we want people to take, use their initiative and take ownership of the park. So as part of Love Parks Week and throughout the year, we're starting to develop volunteer groups. I'm trying to start tree volunteers to help me go around to engage with local schools, engage with community groups about all things trees. Again, my job and doing surveys and planting, but I'm out there with schools planting orchards and planting new woodlands. It's just about spreading that message as much as possible, and also with the succession planting. We're trying to develop. Do we have enough trees to actually plant? Which is a big thing. We're planting 15,000 trees a year.
Where do you get them?
Exactly. Exactly. So that's why we're starting to develop tree nurseries and community tree nurseries. Brilliant. So we now have 3 groups involved with that, where that involves me talking to groups, getting them out into the parks, harvesting tree seeds. They grow them on, and we can use some of them. They can use the trees that grow.
If people want to help you with this, how do they get in touch? Again, just via the Parks Department?
Parks Department and the council. Yeah.
Okay. Over your shoulder there, I notice a specimen that's obviously just been left there for quite a long time, but I take it that was deliberately?
That's deliberate.
And it has its own beauty.
Exactly. So that is a monolith. So whether we're deciding what to do with a tree, if the recommendation that the tree has to go, it's about, well, how do we get rid of it? Do we chop it down straight at the ground, just forget it was ever there, or do we create a monolith? So that there's monolith. It's about a 5-metre monolith, but that there creates habitat. As a habitat creation. So that's perfect for all the insects and bugs and roosting birds.
It's also fascinating, anybody who is artistic photography, art, printmaking or whatever, there's so much that tree is giving you, isn't it, with all the patterns on it? And
I think there's a place for monoliths, especially if it's a certain type of tree, because there's times where I have to make the difficult decision of felling a significant tree because the risk just outweighs, where I have to do it. but I don't want to just chop it at the ground and forget that tree was ever there. You know, so monoliths are quite a good way to remind people. By the way, there used to be a very big tree here.
Yeah.
You know.
I've seen now that I don't know how long that has been a monolith, and how long it's taken nature to get busy with it. I've seen a couple of others, and they really do look like monoliths. They look like pillars of stone in parts of the garden. They're so clean and cut straight and tall.
Over time, they're dead. You know, they're dead trees, so they're going to slowly decompose, and you know it'll start to look like that, where it gets pointy and
and bits fall off.
Bits fall off.
Yeah.
No, small bits won't hurt you.